Hey, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It is Monday and I'm ready for another project I've got a project ready to share with you. There we go. Hope you've had a good Monday. Here in Kansas City. It is cold and it sounds like it's going to get colder. So I'm glad this is an inside craft project or an inside hobby. There we go. Realized I forgot to turn my lights on. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see what I'm working on today. I looked at the camera or the clock and it said it was 20 to 4. So I thought, oh, I'm doing good. I got plenty of time. Next time I looked, it was 4:05. So, yep, I'm late today. All right. So this is a stamp set that I've wanted to use for quite a while to share on my live, and I just have not done it. This is the Hang An Ornament stamp set. It comes with stamps, of course, and dies. So there's your stamped images. Here's the die cut pieces. If you came to my first crop, you know this is the stamp set that we lost that little circle right there. I had it on a block as I transported everything to the VFW. And then when we got there and were ready to stamp, we couldn't find it. So that's maybe part of why I haven't used it. All right, I'm realizing we're a little off here. All right. Okay, so we're going to use this stamp set. We're going to use some dies. We are also going to use the greeting from Greetings of All Seasons. I'm going to use It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. All right, I am also using the iconic, never remember the name, Iconic Celebrations paper, and I'm choosing to use some of the Misty Moonlight ink this time and papers that go with that color. So the first thing I want to do, because this has to dry a little bit, is I'm taking some of our sheer ribbon, and it's white, but the neat thing with it is we can color it with our blends. So I'm going to take my blend marker and I'm going to use the edge because I want to keep the tip of my marker nice and sharp. I'm going to color enough to cover my card. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more. I measured this when I was working on my sample right before I went live, and I got extra ink on the white paper because I put it too close. All right, we're going to just set that to the side so it can dry. Using the light Misty Moonlight, I'm going to grab my chamois, clean that off so we don't get Misty Moonlight ink where we don't want it. All right. What I did ahead of time was I took the Iconic Celebrations Designer Series paper and I cut out two of the ornaments with the Misty Moonlight paper with the dove and with the snowflakes. I also cut out some white tops for my ornaments and some silver, if I can get them to lay on my hand, hooks. So I have hooks for the top of my ornaments. All right, now let's do the focal point. This is Misty Moonlight paper. I'm using our embossing buddy to clear off the static. If you don't have an embossing buddy, you can use a dryer sheet. That works as well. I'm going to use some Versamark ink. Remember, Versamark ink works as like glue. It's going to make it sticky. I always tell people when we are embossing, we're going to make it sticky, then we're going to make it sandy, and then we're going to make it shiny. So I've got some of our new white Wow embossing powder. If you don't have this tray, you need to put it on your wish list for Christmas. I love it. It comes with some tweezers, it comes with a brush, and it comes with the tray, which is awesome. Now, I always like to use an old clipboard, and I hook it so that my paper doesn't go flying around. And you know, our natural inclination is to do this. Don't do that. Hold it in one spot. I was just thinking if I did this as a recording and then um, I could edit it, which I'm always too lazy. I never do that. You get it the way it is. I just do it live. I could fast forward through the embossing process, but all right. Seemed a little crooked, so I'm lining it up using my grid paper. I'm going to put the All is Merry in the middle of this. Put the powder on it. You know, this is my favorite technique. I've been at this over 20 some years, and I've never found a technique that I think is a bigger wow than this. I think if you've come to class, you've heard this story, but the first time I did this at a team meeting, I didn't have someone teach me how to do it. And when I went over to heat it, I didn't know that you kept it there until it got shiny. And so I did a little bit, figured it looked good, took it back to my seat and kept getting sandy stuff all over the place. Couldn't figure out what the deal was until I asked someone. I got brave enough to ask, and they said, you didn't heat it long enough. So lesson learned. And because I learned that lesson, I make a point of always making sure I share that information with others so that they don't make the same oops that I did. Looking for my scissors, but I can't find them. So I've grabbed our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I'm going to cut out that ornament. All right, so with our mini, just so you know, I'm using one, and then I'm using two sheets, two clears. So I'm going to put the most beat up one on the bottom, grab my die out of here, lay it on there. And I took my Post-it note tape that my friend gave me downstairs. So I'm just using a sticky note. We'll cut this out. Now this was designed to be a peekaboo card. And I don't know if you remember, we had this really cool one. I don't remember if it's still, I think it's still available. But where when the person got the card, it was attached. So you put a little note that says pull, and you could pull the top off and have a hidden message underneath, which is really fun. This was designed to do the same thing, but I'm not using it that way today. Notice I didn't pop out. There we go. So I am going to just go ahead and pop it off there. Oh, good. Couldn't figure out what that was. Just a piece of paper. All right, so there's my focal point. I'm going to use my white paper. It's 4 by 5 1/4. And my base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, our normal sizes. Going to stamp my greeting in the Misty Moonlight. This is the stamp set, or the stamp that got lost at my card buffet at my mom's house. Thanks to Carolyn, she saved the day. She found it for us. All right. I want to stamp it right up in the corner because the ornaments take up quite a bit of space on the front of this. All right, go get our ribbon. It hopefully is dry now. Use, there they are, my glue dots. I'm going to put one on each end, and then because I know the ornaments are going to cover up a lot of it on the right-hand side, I'm going to put another glue dot there to help hold this ribbon down. For some reason, I think this ribbon likes to kind of fly away. All right, so we'll go about like that. Hold that side under. Sticking in my fingers. Just so you know, you should have gotten an email about this. A couple of them actually. My fun fold class, we're not doing a technique this month because I had two fun folds I wanted to share. I've got one spot left on Wednesday at 4, and I have Friday at 4. There's some spots available, and I have 2 spots for Friday night. Oh, I did this too quick. All right. Let me show you this one first since I did that wrong. So what I did was I took the glue dot, stuck the top of my ornament. I can get it with my hand. Stuck it right on top like that. Hold it off. It's just the perfect size to put on the top of my ornament. And then I have, there. Same thing, I'm going to use a glue dot. So I'm curious, you have to post in the comments down there. Do you do the hook to the right or to the left? I was thinking about that today, wondering what people do. So are you a person that hooks to the right or your hook goes to the left? All right, put this on. This one's going to be a little tricky because I already put the glue on it. I had one of my silicone sheets over here. This would be a lot easier. There we go. And then we'll put a dot on my hook. I found that I always do my hook so it goes towards the right. Are you a right hook or a left hook? Okay, catching back up here. All right, so I got my hook on there, and this one is going to go very close to my greeting. Lined up a little bit better. There we go. I like that better. Then the other one, I'm going to attach on the far right and up a little bit. So as you can probably guess, I'm going in a diagonal here. And I want to pop this one up since it's my focal point. So I'm going to first remember to put my top of my ornament on. Having the worst time with my hands today. They do not want to cooperate. Put that on, and I should have one more hook. I'm going to cut out some extra hooks in case this happens. Well, I may have to add that little hook here in a minute. All right. Now you wouldn't have to put these pieces on because as you saw, the ornament does have the like little top part, so you don't have to. I just thought it would be fun to add them. Maybe my little hook will show up here. I'm going to use some dimensionals. So you ever buy sets, you get them and then you start thinking, boy, I'm not sure what to do with it. I kind of struggled with this one that way. Ideas just haven't been as easy to think up with it. But after I started working on this one today, I'm really happy with it. It'll be one that'll be available next week at the Christmas card buffet. There we go. Now I have an ornament here that is a hook. It's a little darker because I was playing with colors, trying to figure out which color I wanted. Cleaning off here, hoping to find that other hook. Well, I'll add it after a bit. So there you go. Now I'm going to add this to my Misty Moonlight cardstock. And I know I will find that as soon as I stop my video today. All right, so there's the front. For the inside, I'm going to grab my Misty Moonlight. I'm going to stamp that same image here on the inside. And one of the other sayings in the Greetings for All Seasons that I really like is the other big one in this set that says, "May your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebrations." Grab on block here. And since I'm just doing white and Misty Moonlight, I'm going to stick with that. All right. So see how the ornament has the little top there? So you don't have to put the silver one on and the white if you don't want to. I am going to stamp my little silver spot there. I'll grab my shade, my smoky slate. There we go. So now that's going to look like this one. The other greeting says "just for you," but I think I'm going to stick with what I had on the front. So I must have gotten under my plate, my glass mat, because it's making noise. Do you guys hear that? There we go. So I stamped the ornament in Misty Moonlight, then the greeting and the hook in the smoky slate. So just a little bit of variety there. This is going to go on the inside. So again, this will be available next week at the Christmas card buffet. I think I have the dates out for that. I was telling somebody at school today, I'm really irritated with myself. I didn't get as much stamping done over Thanksgiving as I'd hoped to. Kent couldn't be around people and we couldn't travel. So I thought, oh, I'll get a lot done, but I kind of got lazy and we just relaxed. So there you go. There's my ornament card for you. I'll show you the other one I made a little bit ago because it has, oh, I thought I would. Here it is. There we go. That's what it looks like if all three have a hook. So there's that one. Very quickly, let me show you. These are the projects this week for the Fun Fold class. You'll get to make 2 of these, and then you put its gift card holder. My friend Diana Ball made that design. There's this one that's a gift card holder that I designed. And this fits in a regular envelope, and that is an envelope. And then you have the choice of either making this village scene that fits in a shadow box. Dana Davis made this beautiful design. Or you will have 2 cards that use this set that you can make. So you can choose the shadow box, and my class fee of $25 or $30 order includes everything in there, all the layers and all the pieces. It does not include the shadow box, but I do have 2 of these. I got them on sale. It's $8, and that includes shipping and tax. So if you need a shadow box, you can do that. So you'll let me know 2 of this, and then either 2 village cards or a shadow box. All right, I hope you liked today's design, and I will see you next week.